Hello chess friends and welcome to your Zad of Chess channel and welcome to a new chess strategy and tactics video. So in this video we'll talk about the endgame stage again. Today we'll talk about a beautiful chess endgame that has been played in 1909 between Erich Cohn and Akiba Rubinstein. And we will follow now this endgame study from Black's perspective. So we're following now the game from Akiba Rubinstein's perspective. And as usual, I would really love for you to participate actively in the study because I'll set up some positions for you and then you have to find the best positional but also tactical solutions of this amazing study. So here's the critical position. In the last move, Erich Cohn played now the move rook to c1. So my first question here for you is what would you do now in this particular position? Would you trade it off? Would you retreat? Would you attack maybe the pawn on h2? So pause the video and try to see now here the best solution of this endgame. Okay. Here is one very important thing to recognize. Erich Cohn has many structural weaknesses in his pawn structure. So first of all, what we can see, he has a double pawn structure and he has now also the isolated pawn on h2, which gives us opportunities to attack these weaknesses immediately. But if we attack, of course, these weaknesses with a rook, then this rook will come on the 7th rank and the game is over. If we play something like rook to c6, maybe trying to keep the position like this, then rook to c6 will happen, b takes c6. Now suddenly we have also structural weaknesses in our own position, which gives us, I think, here really headache. So that's why I think here it's the best way to simplify the game by trading off the rooks. Now the position is not so complicated anymore, but only white has now weaknesses in the position, so we have also clear path. Look at this king to f6, king to g5, king to h4 path in order to attack then the pawn on h2. So that's why, of course, here Erich Cohn had to play, but now comes this idea, king to f6. We're getting the king closer. Look at this. White needs now simply to maneuver also the king towards the king side in order to protect it. And now again, my question here for you is, what would you do now? It's of course easy now to play this endgame, but we have to think about certain aspects of also this types of positions. So okay, again, let's find the best solution. So here for Black. Okay, when we have already played a beautiful restriction, so we can really call it a restriction because the king is restricted, the king is Zugzwang, the king is here immobile, it's always stuck to the protection of the pawn on h2, which makes this king out of game. We can also play on similar ideas in the later stage now of the endgame. We cannot tolerate, of course, maybe here a certain pawn mobility, so that's why here, first of all, Akiba Rubinstein played now a beautiful e5 move, which makes also now his life, White's life, miserable, because if you play even something like here the move e4, we have even the opportunity to lock the position further with a g5, h5, and then eventually we'll break and enter here in this position. So in the game here, Erich Cohn played king to h1. He didn't know what to do anymore, and now another beautiful space advantage move now here by Akiba Rubinstein, b5. And this move is, in my opinion, one of the most important moves of this endgame. This move b5, look at this, paralyzes the whole queen side, which makes, of course, the move here a4 impossible for white, but gives also black a certain flexibility if maybe necessary, if we need maybe an extra tempo or something, if maybe for instance, like in this position, white gets an opposition position, gets this parallel setup of the kings, then maybe we can force a move and then we can get out of this opposition and maybe we can have a better position of our own king. So this move, this potential move a6, I like to call always, you have an ace in the sleeve. You have always for the later stage of the game the flexibility to play such a move. So if necessary, sometimes you not need it because you have already many cool aggressive methods here on the king side. So in the game, king to g1, you see Erich Cohn doesn't know what to do. He has to play now just only with the king. Akiba Rubinstein pushes through. We have now the move g5, king to g1, h5, getting simply more and more spaces. Really good ideas here. And after king to h1, now comes this breakthrough motif. We have now the move g4, and whatever white does now, it's not so good. In the game we have e4 here by Erich Cohn, but now f takes e4 by Akiba Rubinstein. If you play f takes g4 here, now look at this endgame becomes really epic, because we'll simply play the game like this. King to h takes g4 after king to g1. Now my question for you here is, what's the winning idea again here for black? Pause the video and try to see now the best move here for black. Okay, here the winning idea is e3. This is the way to go, because f takes e3. Now we play here the move g3. If h takes g3 happens, then we go into an opposition. We will eventually capture this pawn because we have reached the opposition. As I said, look how important was it maybe to have this flexibility. Even if white would have maybe gone into an opposition, if it would be now our move, imagine now the same position, but it's black to move, then we would still have the flexibility to play the move a6. So you see, you have to always leave your some options in these types of endgames. For instance, white goes here, king to f1, we'll simply play king to f3, and now when we pick up this pawn, the game should be over. So instead, after move g3, you don't have to play, of course, h takes g3. You can go maybe into these types of positions where, of course, white is hoping to get the stalemate position, but it doesn't matter. We'll simply take, and now after the move e4, again we play king to g3, and now we're forcing here white to make a move. We have here the move a4, we simply pick up the pawn. Now white has still possibilities to play. It's not a stalemate position because he can still play with the pawn, and now after a couple more moves, this would be an amazing checkmate. So let's go back. After move f takes e4, so you see here Erich Cohn didn't take out this pawn, he simply took out this pawn on e4. But of course, Akiba Rubinstein made simply progress with the move h4, king to g1, now g3. Very important move. Again, we have reached the opposition. Again, I'm pointing out, even if it would be black to move, still this would be a winning game. Still we would have the flexibility, of course, to play then the move a6 or maybe get the king here closer. But I'm just pointing out, leave you sometimes this flexibility of this move, because it can be really useful in the settings. So in this particular position, Erich Cohn simply resigned, because we'll simply capture this pawn. White will be always deflected to this pawn on the e file, and now maybe we can also go for this one, take out this one, or win this endgame in different way. So okay, I hope that you enjoyed the study. Interesting chess endgame play by the legendary Akiba Rubinstein. If you want to see more about chess endgames, middle game strategies, and opening principles, check out our Basics in Chess series and also my Become a Master in Chess series here from my YouTube chess channel. Here are the links of the playlist, and if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you soon with some more videos, and what to say, chess is the best, of course.